What's up? This is Slidey Fry here. Thanks for watching this video. By the way, I have memberships now. Check them out. So, you'll find this right next to the subscribe button on any of the videos you see, and you'll also find it on the top of my channel page. You click there, and there's various memberships you can join. Even at the basic membership, you get perks like these custom emojis you can type in the comments or during live streams. What's up, YouTube? This is Slidey Fry here. Um, I'm going to be doing a reaction to a channel I haven't reacted to in a long time. Now, I did do a reaction to them earlier to him earlier this year in a YouTube short because it was a really short video and he was just doing a trailer. But I'm doing an actual reaction video, not a short this time. The last time I did a full-on reaction video to this channel was in 2021. One of the reasons why I haven't really been following is because this channel, it talks about a lot of political stuff, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't been keeping up with politics like at all. I mean, obviously I know of Ukraine. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows about that. But the fact is, my life has been so much happier by not paying attention to politics. You know, when I used to pay attention to it, it was stressful. People would argue over ridiculous things, say, oh, he didn't say that, he said this, and it's like, there's proof of what he said and didn't say. What the fuck? Okay, and oh, well, the Democrats, they're great. It's like, no, they're not. They're virtue signalers. They say they won't do what the Republicans do, but then they actually continue policies the Republicans started. They're not as divided as you think they are. They agree on a lot of things, and these things they agree on hurt the American people. And people still believe in the two-party system. We need a third party, but I'm tired of stressing over that. Now, I just realized I was talking about it just now, but that's the thing. It's stressful. Earlier, just a little before I recorded this, somebody made a post on Facebook saying, I wish I could just leave the human race now. And I replied with, well, I can't do that because my wife's dependent on me making the income I make, and actually I'm a lot happier with my life right now, mostly because I'm not paying attention to politics. I know she made that post because of some political stuff that's going on. And I know she didn't mean like commit suicide or something. She just wishes she wasn't part of the human race kind of thing, because humans are stupid, and yeah, we humans are fucking dumb as hell. Anyways, I'm gonna do, it should be a short one. Sorry I talked for as long as I did. I just had to get that out of the way. Tax Dodgers by Jonathan Pie. I used to react to him a lot. In fact, one of the reasons I used to react to him a lot is some of my most successful reaction videos are to Jonathan Pie videos in 2020. In 2021, it didn't fare as well for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because 2020 was an election year. I don't know. But then again, it was election year here in the U.S., not over in the U.K. I don't know. Let's get this over with. And yeah, I'll try not to talk too much. Actually, let me check something. Okay, I want to make sure everything's working.
After last week's revelations about his wife's financial dealings, Rishi Sunak has launched an inquiry as to how the information was leaked. Let's take a look. Yeah, you don't need an inquiry, mate. It was the bloke next door trying to save his own arse by dropping you right in it, because that's the kind of man he is. You know, what I loved about all of this, right, for a few days there was this sense from Tory ministers of how very dare you. Amazement that the electorate feel a bit uneasy at those who struggle the most having their taxes raised, whilst the multi-millionaire in charge of raising those taxes is married to a tax-dodging billionaire.
Of course.
She's done nothing wrong. cries Rishi. Well, not if you take morals out of the equation. She
Mm-hmm.
hasn't. My tax-dodging billionaire wife is off limits. Well, she certainly was to the HMRC, mate. So Boris has deliberately opened up a Pandora's snatch of hastily written statements saying, oh yeah, I did use tax havens for a bit, but now I'm an MP. And it's just not a good look. Yeah, it's not a good look because it's morally reprehensible. Well, I used to be morally reprehensible, but now I'm not. But as soon as I'm kicked out of office, I will be again. And Boris, he's banking on it that we find all of this much more morally reprehensible than him breaking his own lockdown rules and probably the law, then lying about it. And whilst the Chancellor and the Health Secretary, who is also the previous Chancellor, along with presumably many more to come, haven't technically done anything legally wrong, the fact that their first instinct is to keep as much of their money as possible away from the Treasury that they run tells you all you need to know. They are perfectly happy taxing you and me, taxing the shit out of hard-working families. But as soon as you've got enough money, too much money, to pay tax on, oh, you don't worry about that. Listen, just pay what you can. Yeah, it only goes on hospitals for poor people. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And these fuckers, they're not just immensely rich, they're also incredibly cheap into the bargain. The Prime Minister is happy to spend £840 on a roll of wallpaper so long as he doesn't have to pay for it himself. You've got Tory MPs claiming £2,000 of expenses for their heating bills, whilst for millions putting the heating on now means lighting a couple of extra candles, whilst the government announces a major shift in energy policy which does nothing to address the energy and cost of living crisis. With his latest round of budget bumfoolery, Rishi Sunak deliberately and knowingly has pushed a further 1.3 million citizens into absolute poverty, including 500,000 children. But then, of course, this is the government who decided not to feed hungry children during a pandemic. And yet they sneer incredulously when you point out that whilst most of them are tax-dodging snake oil vendors, we have the highest tax burden since Nazis in planes were dropping bombs on London. The biggest
Wow.
drop in income since the fucking 50s. The biggest drop in living standards since rationing. Whatever happened to levelling up? You remember that one? Levelling up, taking back control, building back better. They don't care about the country. They care about money. Money and power, because power brings more money. Rich, cheap fuckers running the country into the ground without a single moral between them. Well, we are likely to hear by the end of the day if the Prime Minister has been fined by police for breaking lockdown rules, but we're...
Ooh, nice. See, when it comes to politics, this is the kind of stuff I prefer, if I even decide to follow anything political. Satire. Saying it as it is, saying exactly what's going on, not what the bullshit mainstream media does, where they just kind of, how do I phrase it? The mainstream media does talk about what is going on. They just don't tell you the whole story because they don't want to talk about what the establishment is doing that's causing what is going on. Because the mainstream media and the corporations that are in charge of it are benefiting from what the establishment is doing to cause whatever is going on, and so on. They will talk about things. I mean, they've talked about controversial things on mainstream media, although they do try to avoid that now. You got to watch The Daily Show or, Jonathan Pye. To some extent, the Young Turks. I know people don't like them so much anymore now, but there's a bunch of others you can watch. Secular Talk. They'll tell you the news as it is. They'll say exactly what's going on and point out things that the mainstream media just is too afraid to point out because if they explain it, it makes them look bad because they benefit from it. Jonathan Pyatt is unfortunately completely correct in what he says. The mainstream media will not talk about how the ones in charge only care about the things that John just described. They just don't care about the people. They pretend they do. it's like I said about Democrats, they're virtue signalers. Now, I'm a nonpartisan, but if when it comes to the two parties, I would lean more liberal than conservative. But I can't stand either of the two. They both don't care about the people. That's the parties here in the US. The parties in the UK are different. They actually have more than two parties, in fact, as far as I know. I mean, we have more than two parties, but we only have two that actually have any influence. Um, um, that said, I really appreciate you watching this with me. What do you think about what Jonathan Pye had to say? I'm sorry to say, you know, I'm not as affected by it. Like, I'm so much happier now that I don't really pay attention to politics, and now that I'm watching somebody rant about it, although because it is Jonathan Pye and he's more funny about it, I'm not really mad about it like I would be before. So, ironically, I'm going to say stop paying attention to politics every single day. It's going to piss you off. You're never going to find something you like out of it. Yeah, not the reaction you expected, I'm sure. Sorry. Anyways, let me get to something else I'd like to point out. So as you saw at the beginning, I plugged that I now have memberships, and I would like to show um, that I now have a membership video. There it is. That's the first members only video. So if you want to see that, you'll have to become a member, and you can do it for as little as 99 cents per month. I wanted to make it be at $1 per month because I hate the 99-cent crap, but YouTube wouldn't let me. There's different various levels of membership. Here, I'll just show you an example of of something that comes with the membership. You get, come on, wait, where are they? Son of a bitch. Unfortunately, YouTube likes to act really weird about these things. I'll see if it actually works how it's supposed to. Elsewhere. No, 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 that's not what I'm trying to do. Alright, can I get the emojis I want? No. Okay, well, I think if I actually go to the video itself, it'll work. If it doesn't, then I'll show them off a different way. This video of mine actually performed really terribly when it first came out, but one person in particular is actually making it a lot better, and that's cool. I won't say it yet. There we go. So I am going to just reply with these custom emojis, which you can only get if you join as a member. And the more members join, the more custom emojis I can make available for all the members. I plan to actually have um, custom emojis of my wife's face because she can make some funny faces too, and more of me and just some random celebrities as well. As you can see, Jack Sparrow. I'm going to have some Johnny Depp ones because Team Johnny Depp, Amber Heard is a monster. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell icon to add me notifications. And just because I am going to have members only videos doesn't mean I won't still have regular videos for the subscribers who either can't or don't want to pay for memberships. It's still going to be mostly public videos, but there will be some members only ones that will exist because it's things I might not say publicly within YouTube community guidelines, of course.